Welcome dear children to today's session in physics. Today we are continuing with capacitor problems. We have a number of problems to discuss from capacitors. Let's go through the question. A parallel plate capacitor is charged by a battery which is then disconnected. A dielectric slab is then inserted to fill the space between the plates. Explain the changes, if any, that occur in the values of charge on the plates, electric field between the plates, potential difference between the plates, capacitance, and energy stored in the capacitor. So this type of questions, usually it comes with any of these three. All the five may not be asked at a stretch, but any of these three will be asked. So let's discuss. So important point which is to be noted in this question is the battery is disconnected. Once if the battery is disconnected, what is the case? So when the battery is disconnected, the charge stored in the capacitor will be remaining same. Okay, so before coming to the answers, we are taking some assumptions. Q0, C0, V0, E0 and U0 are the charge. So Q0 is the charge, C0 is the capacitance, potential difference is V0, electric field is E0 and U0 is the energy stored before the dielectric slab is inserted. So before the dielectric slab is inserted, these are the quantities. So Q0 will be equal to C0 V0, E0 equal to V0 by T and U0 equal to half C0 V0 square. Now first case, that is now the first case, that is charge. So as I said earlier, charge on the capacitor plates remains Q0 because the battery has been disconnected before the insertion of dielectric slab. So even if the dielectric slab is inserted, charge on the capacitor remains same. So Q will be equal to Q0 itself. Now coming to electric field. You know, when the electric slab is inserted between the plates, the induced surface charge on the dielectric reduces the field to a new value. This thing we have already discussed. Induced surface charge density, sigma, sigma changes to what? Sigma, it becomes sigma by K. So the new electric field becomes sigma by K epsilon 0. Such things we have already discussed. So in short, electric field becomes E0 by K, where E0 is the electric field in the absence of dielectric slab. Okay. Now coming to the potential difference. So if the electric field is reduced by K, potential difference also will be reduced by K because potential difference is nothing but E into D. So E0 by K into D means V0 by K. So potential difference also decrease by K, by a factor K. Now capacitance. So here the change taking place is insertion of dielectric. So if the capacity, that means dielectric slab is having a dielectric constant K, the capacitance becomes K times the initial capacitance. That we have already discussed. That point you can write directly. Then next thing, that is energy. So to know about the energy stored, we have to substitute in this equation, that is half CV square. Here C is what? K C0 and V is what? V0 by K. Just to substitute. So 1 K get cancelled and we will have 1 by K half C0 V0 square. We know half C0 V0 square is U0. So the energy, the new energy, it becomes U0 by K. So energy also decreases by a factor of K. So by that way, the answer to that question is over. Now coming to another question which is of similar type. Let's go through the question. A parallel plate capacitor is charged by a battery. When the battery remains connected, A dielectric slab is inserted between the plates. Explain the changes, if any, occur in the values of potential difference between the plates, electric field between the plates, capacitance, charge on the plates, and energy stored in the capacitor. So same structure of question. The only difference is that here the battery is remaining connected. So what is the case when the battery remains connected? So it is, the thing is this, potential difference will be remaining same. So here also, as we discussed earlier, we are taking some assumptions. Q0 is the charge, C0 is the capacitance, V0 is the potential difference, E0 is the electric field, and U0 the energy stored before the insertion of dielectric slab. So we have the respective equations. Now when the dielectric slab is inserted, keeping the battery connected. So as the battery remains connected, potential difference remains constant. Okay, so even after the introduction of the dielectric slab, potential difference remains constant as V0. Why? The reason is the battery is remaining connected. Now the electric field, as the potential difference remains unchanged. What about the electric field? Electric field also remains unchanged. So even if the dielectric slab is inserted, the electric field is remaining unchanged. Now capacitance, as we stated earlier, since the dielectric slab is introduced, capacitance becomes K times the initial capacitance. Now charge. So the thing is, this battery is remaining connected, and the capacitance increases by the insertion of dielectric slab. So surely the charge on the capacitor will increase, because charge is given by the equation Q is equal to CV. And what about C? C has become KC0. So the equation becomes KC0V0. C0V0 is Q0. So it increases by a factor KQ0. Okay. So it get multiplied by a factor K. Now the energy stored. Energy stored we can find using half CV square. So C is what? K C0, and V remains the same, that is V0 itself. So we have K into half C0 V0 square, or K times U0. So in this case the energy stored is increasing. It becomes K times the energy stored in the absence of what? Dielectric slab. So the same thing we are doing once again, we are discussing once again as a comparison, because these two concepts very important. Battery disconnected and battery kept connected. So what is the case here? When battery is disconnected, Q is Q0, that is constant. Then everything is decreasing, only capacitance is increasing. C becomes K times C0. Everything else decreases by a factor K. When battery remains connected, that is, which remains constant, the two things are there, that is electric field and potential difference. Potential difference and hence the electric field. Okay, and all the other things, that means charge, capacitance and energy stored, all the three things increases. So compare and study what happens when a dielectric slab is inserted. Now based on this same concept, we have another question. On charging a parallel plate capacitor to a potential V, the spacing between the plates is halved and a dielectric medium of epsilon R is introduced between the plates without disconnecting the DC source. Explain using suitable expressions how the capacitance, electric field and energy density of the capacitor change. Okay, so here what is the change taking place? The separation between the plates is halved and dielectric medium of dielectric constant 10 is introduced. So two changes are there, and without disconnecting the DC source. So battery remains connected. So how the capacitance changes, electric field changes, and energy density of the capacitor changes, that's what we need to find. Okay, so since the battery is remaining connected, potential difference remains the same. And what about the capacitance when these changes take place? So the thing is this, original capacitance we have C0 equal to epsilon 0 A by D. Now let's see what all changes takes place. D becomes what? D by 2. Okay, new distance is D by 2. And what medium is introduced. So we have that factor 10. So when we do the simplification, we will get it to be 20 times C0. So new capacitance is 20 times the previous one. Okay, so that is the case. Second question is about electric field. So substitute, so actually before these changes, electric field will be V by D. But now since the distance changes, it becomes V by D by 2. That is a point to be noted. So it becomes what? 2 into V by D or 2 E0. So electric field is increasing. Capacitance becomes 20 times the previous one and electric field becomes twice the previous one. Now the next one, that is energy density. So before this changes, these changes, energy density we know half epsilon 0 E0 square. So don't get confused, energy density equation is half epsilon 0 E square. Now the new, so E0 is the energy before the change. Now the new energy we are writing, or the electric field, sorry, E is the electric field before the change and E0. E is the electric field after the changes. So new energy density becomes what? Half epsilon E square. So here new medium is inserted, so that also is to be included. So that's what epsilon r into epsilon 0. K or epsilon r both we can use, no problem. In the place of E we have 2E0. Got it? So when we expand, we will get 40 U0. So it becomes 40 times the original energy density. So that's what that question's answer is. Now coming to next question, that is, figure shows two identical capacitors C1 and C2, each of 1 microfarad capacitance connected to a battery of 6 volt. Initially, switch S is closed. After some time, S is left open and dielectric slabs of dielectric constant K equal to 3 are inserted to fill completely the space between the plates of two capacitors. How will the charge and potential difference between the plates of the capacitors be affected after the slabs are inserted? So here we have the diagram. This is the diagram. So two capacitors are of same capacitance, 1 microfarad. You have a switch here. You can see the switch. This is the switch. Okay, and it is connected to 6 volt battery. So what is it asked? It is asked, so first of all, the dielectric constant 3 are inserted to fill completely the space between the plates of the two capacitors. So in the two capacitors itself, the dielectric is introduced. You are asked to find how the charge and potential difference be affected after the slabs are inserted. Okay. So here with the switch S closed, first the switch is closed. So we have the switch closed means here it is closed. Means the two capacitors are connected in parallel. Okay. Or across both the capacitors, the potential difference is how much? 6 volt. 6 volt is the potential difference across each capacitor. So how can we find the charge stored? Charge will be equal to CV. Since both the capacitors are of same capacitance, we will get the charge to be same, and that charge is 6 microfarad. Now two changes are taking place. One is in both the capacitors, dielectric slab is introduced and the switch is open. Okay, so when the switch becomes open, we will see what happens. When the switch is open, now potential difference is there across this, that means the battery is connected only across C1. Across C2, the battery is not connected. But since it was connected to battery, now this capacitor C2 has got charged. So only that charge it will be having. That 6 microcoulomb charge that C2 will be having after opening the switch. Okay, but what about C1? So the thing is this, in both the capacitor, the dielectric slab of dielectric constant 3 is introduced. So both the capacitance becomes what? 3 microfarad. Both C1 and C2 it becomes 3 microfarad. Okay, and what will be the charge on the first capacitor, that is C1? Charge on the first capacitor, it becomes what? The potential difference, that is 6 volt into 3 microfarad. So it becomes 18 microcoulomb. So with the switch closed without a dielectric, the charge was 6 microcoulomb. Now with these two changes, the charge becomes 18 microcoulomb. Now in the case of C2, C2 has the same amount of charge, that is 6 microcoulomb, because it is disconnected from the battery. But its capacitance has got increased, that is it has become 3 microfarad. So the potential difference, it becomes what? That is V2 equal to Q by C, that is 2 volt. Now this question. Two parallel plate capacitors X and Y have the same area of plates and same separation between them. X has air between the plates while Y contains a dielectric medium of epsilon R equal to 4. Calculate the capacitance of each capacitor if equivalent capacitance of the combination is 4 microfarad. Calculate the potential difference between the plates of X and Y, and what is the ratio of electrostatic energy stored in X and Y. So it's a lengthy question. One by one we have to do. So it's given two parallel plate capacitors have same area and same separation. So physical dimensions are same, but X has air and Y has what? Dielectric medium. So if dielectric medium of dielectric constant 4 is there with Y, we can say that its capacitance will be 4 times the capacitance of X. That is the first point. That is, if Cx is equal to C, then Cy will be equal to 4C. Okay, so since X and Y are connected in series, we have the equivalent capacitance Cx Cy divided by Cx plus Cy. So that is equal to, that means by doing the calculation, you will get the equivalent capacitance expression as 4 by 5C. So this is the expression for equivalent capacitance. Here you will get 4 by 5C. That is equal to what? 4 microfarad. It is given in the questions. From that we will get C to be equal to 5 microfarad. So if C is what? C is Cx. So Cx is 5 microfarad. So Cy is 4C, that is 20 microfarad. So we got answer to first part. Now the potential difference. Potential difference, you know, it is inversely proportional to capacitance. So Y has got more capacitance than X. So if we take V as the potential difference across X, then potential difference across Y will be what? V by 4, because capacitance is 4 times the capacitance of X. That means Cy is equal to 4Cx. So potential difference will be just opposite. If V is the potential difference of X, V Y, that means for Y the potential difference will be V by 4. So total potential difference will be what? V plus V by 4. Since they are connected in a series, the potential difference they get added, that is equal to 12. So solving this, we'll get V to be equal to 9.6. So that is the potential difference across the capacitor, that is X. So what will be Vy? That means that across the second capacitor, it will be 2.4 volt. Now the ratio of energy stored, it's very easy, half CV square. That ratio you can find. So for X it is C into 9.6 whole square. For Y it is 4 into C into 2.4 whole square. So you'll get the answer to be 4. So the ratio becomes 4:1. The graph shows the variation of voltage V across the plates of two capacitors A and B versus increase of charge Q stored on them. Which of the capacitors has higher capacitance? Give reason for your answer. So, by the definition, capacitance C is equal to Q by V. Okay. So, in the graph, we are considering 2 points. That means at the same value of Q, we are considering the 2 points on the graph. So obviously the two values of potentials are different. For capacitor A, that potential is VA, and for capacitor B, the potential is VB, VA and VB. So what will be the capacitance value? That means capacitance of that means CA will be equal to Q by VA, and that of B will be equal to, that is CB will be equal to Q by VB. Very simple. Okay. But what about VA and VB, which is greater? So we can say that capacitance is inversely proportional to potential. So which one is having more? VB is more than VA. So CB will be less than CA. So our question is to find which one is higher one, A or B. So since VA is less than VB, CA will be greater than CB, or the capacitor A has higher capacitance. Now the given graph, next question, the given graph shows the variation of charge Q versus potential difference V for two capacitors C1 and C2. The two capacitors have same plate separation, but the plate area of C2 is double than that of C1. Which of the two lines in the graph correspond to C1 and C2, and why? Okay, so it's given both the capacitors are of same plate area and plate separation. That means plate separation is same, but plate area of C2 is double than that of C1. If so, which of the one correspond to C1 and C2? Okay, so what we need to know? The thing is this, the graph, that means the slope of the graph. We'll go back to the graph. This graph is Q versus V. So if we find the slope of the graph is what? Delta Q by delta V. It will be delta Q by delta V, or it will be simply what? Capacitance. So slope of the graph gives what? Capacitance. So that is a very important conclusion. If it is V versus Q graph, that means V along y-axis and Q along x-axis, then reciprocal of slope only will give capacitance. So here Q is along y-axis, V is along x-axis. So slope of the graph gives capacitance. Okay. So here A is having more capacitance than B. That is sure. Now which one belong to C1 and C2? That's what. So here it is given both the capacitors have the same plate area, plate separation, and area of C2 is double than that of C1. So as per our equation, what we know, C is equal to epsilon 0 A by D. So we can say for constant D, okay, C is proportional to what? A. So larger the area, larger will be the capacitance. So plate area of C2 is double than that of C1. So capacitance of C2 will be more than what? C1. And in the graph, which one is having more slope? In the graph, A is having more slope. A is having more slope. So A corresponds to what? A corresponds to C2. Capacitance C2 is shown by A. So B shows what? B shows C1. So that's the answer. Now coming to the next question. Two parallel plate capacitors of capacitances C1 and C2 such that C1 equal to 2C2 are connected across a battery of V volt as shown in figure. Initially, the key K is kept closed to fully charge the capacitors. The key is now thrown open and a dielectric slab of dielectric constant K is inserted in the two capacitors to completely fill the gap between the plates. Find the ratio of net capacitance and the energy stored in the combination before and after the introduction of the dielectric slab. Here, even if the question is very lengthy one, the answer is very simple. Okay, so you're asked to find the ratio of net capacitance before and after the insertion of dielectric slab. So what is the net capacitance before insertion? Because C1 is 2C2, no? So the total capacitance, the two capacitors are connected in parallel. So total capacitance, it becomes 3C2. Total capacitance is 3C2. Now after the introduction of dielectric slab, each one becomes what? K times the old one. That means C1 becomes KC1 and C2 becomes KC2. And C1 is what? 2C2. So that becomes 2KC2 plus KC2. So it is 3KC2. Got it? So the ratio of the net capacitance, it becomes 3C2 by 3KC2, that is 1 by K or 1 is to K. So that is the answer to the first part. Next part is to find the ratio of energy stored. So energy stored in the combination before the insertion of dielectric slab, it will be what? Q square by 3C2, because effective capacitance before the insertion of what dielectric slab is 3C2. So this is Q square by 3C2. Now energy stored in the combination after the insertion of dielectric slab will be what? Q square by 3KC2. Got it? Because now the capacitance has got changed. So the ratio of initial to final, it will be K is to 1. So the answer is K is to 1. So with that, we conclude today's discussion. Thank you.